Hey, okay. So I'm gonna go step by step on my assignment 2. So first thing first, I imported my Google Colab import drive and my random, right, for part A. Then I had to mount my drive, right, so I can connect it. Afterwards, for this part, I had to do a try and accept um, in case score.txt was not in my drive. So first I had to read it and check if it's there, right? Um, Thing is, if it's empty, my current text file has nothing inside, then I print welcome to your math game. If it's not, then happy to meet you, and whatever's inside, I want to display it, right? But if there's no file at all inside my drive called score.txt, then I would want to create a new one. Next step, I had to make this max score, right? I had to make it global, so I initialized my global inside my um, function. Um, After I made the my math test function, I did a random int for a and b from 1 to 10, and then I made a operator number from 1 to 3. So basically, why I did a random int for operator num, so this way is if it's let's say it's 1, right? Then the operator is gonna give out instead is plus. If it's 2, it's gonna be times. If it's gonna be 3, then it's gonna be minus. So that's how I mix random dot int with with my operators. I know there's a different way, but this is how I would do it. So I made a bunch of if else statements, right? So if it is 1, then you know a plus b, print it, show it to the user, and then ask for the input, and then if it's correct, say you're a pro, and then increase 1. But if you're not, then it's negative 1, and so on and so forth. And then I had to call it and check if it worked, and it does, right? So next question would be make it inside a loop, right? And also if they reach 150, it should stop from there. So I made a while loop, right, where its choice is equal to 1, and I print the max score. Um, so choice is gonna always equal 1, but the thing is, if they enter something like other than y, so if they don't want to continue and they enter something other than y, or they reach max score 150, then choice returns 0, and then the while loop closes, and then they can't go on anymore, and the loop ends, right? So it's basically like this: keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, right? And then the moment you press something else, so I just press enter, it's finished, and I got 42, right? Just like that example right here. Then it told me to save it inside a score.txt file, which I did, right? So I did f dot write, I opened it, and then I wrote my score inside score.txt, and I had to see if it works, and it does. So 42 is saved inside my txt file. You can try checking that on my Google Drive. Score.txt, and it's there, right? Um, Next, part B, quadratic formula, right? Um, so let's start with this. It's we first explain, sorry, we first show a welcome type of print to the user, right? Um, Next, ask show what the quadratic formula is gonna look like, right? So it's ax power 2 plus bx plus c equals 0. Um, then afterwards, I ask the user what a, b, and c is gonna be, right? So after I got that, I'll show them what the quadratic formula is gonna look like with their inputs, right? So in my case, I did 1, 2, and 1, right? And then I create a new function that calculates a discriminant. And basically, the reason why we do this is so we know how many answers there's gonna be. Well, so I did that. I made a function called discriminant with 3 parameters, a, b, and c, right? I made the answer like this, right, which is basically discriminant formula, which is above here, right here. Um, then I return the answer. So that way, when I call this function, I can see my answer, right? And then I saw it and it works. It's 0, right? So the question says, um, if it's a positive, we get 2 solutions. If it's a 0, we get 1, and if it's a negative, it's a mixed solution, a complex solution. Sorry, and basically we just have to show a message, right? So I tried doing this with a 0, right? So in this case, if it is a 0, we should only get one real solution. So in this code, um, I made an if, elif, and else statement where if it is equal 0, greater than 0, or negative, basically. Um, if it is equal to 0, right, as we said here, then there is 2 real solutions, right? So I made um, discriminant equals math square root, whatever the discriminant is, right? And then 0 answer equals basically the quadratic formula, right? Negative b plus disk divided by 2 times a, right? And then this is the actual answer of the quadratic thing that we just did with our discriminant. And as you see, it says right here, we got one real solution. Same thing with the other one, with this if statement, right? This time if it's greater than 0, right? So we said if it's greater than 0, we get 2 solutions. So I did answer 1 and answer 2, right? One with plus, one with minus. First I had to square root the discriminant, right? Because we always have to square root the discriminant, just like here. And then I did plus or minus, and I got 2 answers, right? If it was positive, and if it was negative, we would just say it was a complex solution, and we just show discriminant. For us, it was 0. Um, and then it told us to show the quadratic equation and then write it into quad equitext. So I did that up here though. I put it inside a with open inside here, this statement, and it writes everything inside. So it's all inside this if statements, or it will automatically just, oh sorry, uh, write inside the text file, and that's basically it. That's the assignment.